I can't resist you, human, the alien woman confesses. Shadows in the observatory. The rhythmic hum of environmental systems was Ren Takeda's only company as he adjusted the deep space scanner for the third time that night. Helios Station, hanging in orbit around Neptune's moon Triton, was home to 12 researchers, but only Ren preferred the night shift. The solitude suited him, just a man and the stars without the complications of human interaction. Anomaly detected in Sector 7, announced the station's AI. Unknown energy signature. Ren frowned, fingers dancing across the holographic display. Magnify and analyze. The anomaly wasn't stellar. It moved with purpose, approaching the station at an impossible speed before disappearing from sensors. Ren rubbed his tired eyes and made a note in his log. Probably just equipment malfunction. Director Nassar would want a full diagnostic in the morning. A soft hiss drew his attention to the airlock. That was impossible. No scheduled EVAs tonight, and the exterior sensors hadn't triggered any warnings. Ren reached for the emergency communicator when the inner door slid open. She stepped through like a dream, tall and graceful with skin the color of twilight violet. Her eyes, large and luminous, reflected the starlight from the observatory's dome. No spacesuit, no breathing apparatus, just a form-fitting garment that seemed to shimmer with its own inner light. "Don't be afraid," she said, her voice melodic with an accent he couldn't place. "I mean no harm." Ren backed away, knocking over his coffee. Who are you? How did you get aboard?" "I am Niara." She remained by the door, hands visible at her sides in a deliberate gesture of peace. "I come from what you call the Meridian Nebula. That's 60 light-years away." Ren's scientific mind rebelled even as his eyes confirmed her alien appearance. "My people have been watching yours for some time." She moved closer, graceful despite the station's artificial gravity. "We are curious." A warning light flashed on the console, solar storm approaching. The station would automatically reorient its shields. "You should not have been outside," Ren said, scientific curiosity overtaking his fear. "The radiation is why I came inside." Niara's lips curved into a smile. "I miscalculated the storm's intensity." The observatory lights flickered as the storm hit. In that moment of darkness, she moved closer. Close enough that Ren could see the subtle patterns swirling beneath her purple skin, like galaxies in miniature. "I have been watching you specifically, Ren Takeda." Her eyes, iridescent in the dim emergency lighting, studied his face. "Your solitude calls to me. You speak to the stars as if they are companions." "How do you know my name?" he whispered. "The same way I learned your language. We have abilities." She reached toward him, stopping just short of touching his face. "I should not be here. Contact is forbidden, but I could not resist." The storm intensified outside, bathing the observatory in eerie light. For the first time in years, Ren felt seen, truly seen, by another being. "Why me?" he asked. Niara's expression softened. "Because you, alone among your kind here, look outward with wonder, rather than conquest in your heart." Forbidden frequencies. 3 weeks had passed since Niara's unexpected arrival, and Ren found himself living a double life. By day, he was the same quiet astronomer his colleagues had always known. By night, he was guide and companion to a being from another world. "Your species communicates so inefficiently," Niara observed as they sat in the observatory dome, the gas giant Neptune filling the view above them. She sat cross-legged on the floor, her purple skin catching the blue light from outside. So much meaning lost between words. Ren smiled, sliding a tablet toward her. "We make up for it with poetry. This is called haiku. 17 syllables capturing a moment." Niara's fingers hovered over the screen without touching it, yet the display responded, scrolling as if controlled by thought. Another of her species' abilities that left Ren breathless with wonder. "Beautiful," she whispered, "but incomplete." She reached for him, hesitating just shy of contact. They had yet to touch. Niara had explained that physical contact between Meridians and humans was considered dangerous, potentially overwhelming for both. "My people share thoughts directly," she explained. "Emotions, memories, sensations all flow between us like your electricity. Is that why contact with humans is forbidden?" Ren asked. Niara's expression darkened. "Partly. Our elders fear we would lose ourselves in your emotions. Humans feel so Intensely. Her eyes met his. Especially you, Ren. A chime from the doorway interrupted them. Nyara vanished, literally, her form dissolving into shadow as Dr. Eliza Chen entered the observatory. Working late again? Eliza asked, eyebrow raised. That's 5 nights this week. Ren shrugged, hoping his racing heart wasn't obvious. You know me. The stars don't keep regular hours. Eliza set down a datapad. Your readings from Sector 7 are fascinating. Director Nassar wants a full report on these energy anomalies by tomorrow. After she left, Nyara reappeared. Concern etched across her features. They're detecting my ship's energy signature, she said. I've been careless. You can't leave yet, Ren found himself saying, surprising them both with his intensity. There's so much I still want to know. About your world, your people. About me? She finished softly. That night, against all her people's taboos, Nyara taught Ren the meridian meditation of connection, a way to share thoughts without physical contact. Sitting face to face, eyes closed, Ren felt the boundaries of his mind gently expand until he sensed her presence. Radiant, ancient, and achingly lonely. I have never connected with a human before, her thoughts whispered in his mind. It is forbidden because it creates a bond that cannot be broken. I'm not afraid, Ren responded, feeling braver in thought than he ever could with words. You should be, came her reply, tinged with both warning and longing, because I'm beginning to think I cannot leave you behind. Touch of starlight. Attention all personnel, Director Nassar's voice echoed through Helios Station's intercom. Due to recent unidentified energy signatures, security protocols have been upgraded. All sections will undergo biometric scans every 6 hours. Any anomalies are to be reported immediately. Ren's heart sank as he glanced at Nyara, who sat perfectly still in the corner of his private quarters. They had grown careless over the past month, venturing beyond the observatory during quiet shifts. They will find me, she said simply. Not if we're careful. Ren paced the small room. The scanner sweeps are predictable. We can work around them. Nyara rose with fluid grace. There is something I must show you first. She led him to a maintenance shaft rarely used by the station crew. Inside, hidden behind an access panel, was a small device pulsing with soft light, technology clearly not human in origin. My beacon, she explained. It allows others of my kind to find me. Ren studied it with both scientific curiosity and growing dread. Others, I thought you came alone. I did. Nyara's eyes dimmed slightly. But I have stayed too long. Frax will come to retrieve me. Frax? My guardian. He has protected me since childhood. Her fingers hovered over the beacon. He approaches even now. That evening, as Ren worked his regular shift, the observatory sensors detected a new anomaly, larger than before, moving with purpose toward the station. Eliza noticed it too. Whatever it is, it's slowing, she said, studying the readings. Almost like it's docking. Ren made an excuse and hurried to his quarters, finding Nyara standing by the viewport, her posture tense. He's here, she whispered. A shadow moved across the stars outside. A vessel unlike any Ren had ever seen, its form shifting and blending with the darkness of space. Nyara's skin pulsed with patterns of light, seemingly in response. I must speak with him, she said. He needs to understand. Understand what? Ren asked, though part of him already knew. Nyara turned to him, and for the first time she reached out and touched his face. The contact sent a surge of sensation through Ren, her emotions flooding into him, fear, determination, and something deeper, something that made his heart race. Why I cannot return home, she whispered. Why I choose to stay. The touch deepened, and Ren gasped as images flowed between them. Her world, a planet of luminous beings who communed with thought and light. The strict hierarchies that governed contact with other species. The emptiness she had felt until finding Earth's transmissions, until finding him. When their connection broke, Ren staggered back, overwhelmed. Nyara steadied him, her touch now gentle, controlled. I was sent to observe only, she confessed. But I have broken our most sacred law by connecting with you. Frax has come to sever this bond before it grows stronger. Can he do that? Ren asked, suddenly terrified of losing the connection they had formed. Nyara's expression grew solemn. He will try, but what exists between us now has never happened before in my people's history. Her fingers intertwined with his. It may be that not even he knows how to break it. Eclipse of Hearts. The station's emergency alarms blared to life at 03:27 station time. Ren jerked awake in his quarters, finding Nyara already alert, her skin pulsing with rapid patterns of light. "Something is wrong with your station's core systems," she said, head tilted as if listening to frequencies beyond human perception. "The containment fields are failing," the intercom crackled. "All personnel to emergency stations," Director Nassar commanded, his voice strained. "This is not a drill. Reactor stabilization teams report immediately." Ren pulled on his uniform. "How do you know about the containment fields?" "I can sense the energy patterns," Nyara explained. "Your station's heart is beating irregularly." They slipped into the corridor, dodging frantic crew members. When they reached the main engineering bay, chaos reigned. Diagnostic screens flashed red warnings as technicians worked frantically at control panels. "The magnetic containment is collapsing," Dr. Chen shouted over the alarms. "We have maybe 30 minutes before catastrophic failure." Director Nassar spotted Ren. "Takeda, we need all hands. Monitor the auxiliary systems." As Ren joined the efforts, he noticed Nyara slipping silently along the wall, observing the failing systems with intense focus. Her eyes met his, a silent communication passing between them. "I can help," her thoughts touched his mind. "But they will know what I am." Ren hesitated only for a moment before giving a slight nod. What happened next would later be described by witnesses as miraculous. The purple-skinned alien woman, previously unseen by anyone but Ren, stepped forward into the center of the engineering bay. Before anyone could react, she placed her hands on the main control interface. Her entire body began to glow, patterns of light racing across her skin as she closed her eyes in concentration. The station's failing systems stabilized one by one, power levels returning to normal as she somehow channeled and redirected the chaotic energy flows. When it was over, Nyara swayed on her feet. Ren rushed to steady her as the room fell silent, every human eye fixed on the alien in their midst. "What the hell is that?" Director Nassar finally broke the silence, reaching for his sidearm. "She just saved all our lives," Ren said firmly, standing protectively beside Nyara. Before further confrontation could occur, the lights flickered, and a new presence filled the room. Tall and imposing, with the same purple skin but marked with deeper, more complex patterns, Vrax materialized from seemingly nowhere. "Nyara," he spoke, his voice resonating oddly in the human facility. "You have exposed yourself to these beings. The Council's judgment will be severe." "I had no choice," she replied, standing taller despite her exhaustion. "I could not let them die." Vrax's gaze swept the room before settling on Ren, studying the way Nyara leaned toward the human astronomer, the unmistakable connection between them. "So it is as I feared," Vrax said softly. "You have formed a bond with this human." Director Nassar stepped forward, having recovered from his shock. "I don't know what's happening here, but this station is under Earth Alliance jurisdiction. You will both surrender yourselves for questioning." Vrax merely looked at him and the director froze mid-step, unable to move. "We do not answer to your authorities," Vrax stated calmly. "Nyara, we must return. The contamination has progressed too far." "Contamination?" Ren echoed, anger rising. "Is that what you call connection? Understanding?" Nyara straightened, her hand finding Ren's and gripping it tightly. "I will not return, Vrax, not to be separated and purified. What I have found here is not contamination, it is completion." "You know our laws," Vrax warned. "No Meridian may bond with another species." "The consequences." "I accept them," she interrupted. "Even exile." Constellation of Two. The standoff in the engineering bay lasted hours. Helios station personnel watched in wary fascination as Vrax and Nyara engaged in what appeared to be silent communication, their skin patterns flashing in complex sequences while they remained motionless. Ren stood nearby, occasionally receiving fragments of their exchange through his nascent connection with Nyara. The debate was fierce: tradition versus change, isolation versus connection, fear versus hope. Finally, Vrax's stern expression softened almost imperceptibly. "The Council will not accept this easily," he said aloud, seemingly for the benefit of the humans present. "But I begin to understand what you have discovered here." He approached Ren, studying him with ancient eyes. "You have changed her," he observed. "And she has changed you. The connection between you is unlike anything in our records." Director Nassar, released from whatever force had held him immobile, found his voice. I demand an explanation. What are you and what do you want with our station? We are Meridians, Vrax answered, addressing the humans collectively. We have observed your species from afar for centuries, but direct contact was forbidden. Niara was sent to study your outpost discreetly. She exceeded her mandate. I discovered something our people have long forgotten, Niara added, moving to stand beside Ren. The value of difference. The strength found in connecting across boundaries rather than maintaining them. The next few days transformed Helios Station from an astronomical research outpost to humanity's first contact point with an advanced alien civilization. Earth Alliance officials arrived, diplomatic protocols were established, and Niara and Vrax became the first officially recognized Meridian envoys to humankind. Throughout it all, the bond between Ren and Niara deepened. They became the living embodiment of what was possible between their species, a bridge of understanding that transcended biological differences. 6 months later, as Helios Station expanded to accommodate its new role as an interspecies diplomatic hub, Ren and Niara stood together in the observatory where they had first met. Neptune's blue expanse filled the dome above them, but neither was looking at it. The Council has rendered its decision, Niara said, her fingers intertwined with Ren's. They will allow me to remain as permanent envoy. Our bond is officially recognized. Ren smiled, still marveling at how her touch sent gentle waves of emotion and thought between them. And Vrax has become our strongest advocate. He has petitioned to establish a cultural exchange program. Her skin glowed with happiness. He says our connection has opened possibilities they never imagined. Together they gazed out at the stars, the same stars that had once seemed to separate their worlds, but now connected them. What had begun as a forbidden encounter in the shadows of an observatory had blossomed into the first chapters of a new history for both their peoples. What happens now? Ren asked, watching the subtle patterns that danced across her purple skin, patterns he was slowly learning to read like the most intimate form of poetry. Niara's luminous eyes met his, her mind gently touching his consciousness with images of possibility and promise. Now, she whispered, we write our constellation across the stars.